Let me begin by asking Anirban Banerjee. We had the West Bengal Chief Minister come out and say that do not get provoked. There will be riots and the EC will be responsible. Why preempt violence? Why preempt riots?
Nothing about preempting. It is the track record of the BJP all over the country, and in perspective of West Bengal, we have seen in the last few years, if I'm not very wrong, it was from 2017, 2018 onwards, that this date of an auspicious religious event has been chosen by them to show their strength, not strength really, but rather nuisance value as to inciting communal riots, or at least attempting to do so. But every time the state police has thwarted their attempts, and that is why they have not been very successful in arranging riots as they used to do in other parts of the country, or still try to do in other parts of the country. And every year, I'll mention that in West Bengal at least, there are many events, religious, non-religious, both take place without people even bothering about the law and order situation. Nobody is tense, nobody preempts or is attempting to do anything that is against the peace and harmony of the society, except for this day. This particular date, this particular event, since the advent of the RSS-BJP, has been a moment, a day of anticipating tension, communal tension, social tension, and the tension for the police about maintaining law and order in various parts of the state. Therefore, this is not really a very organic thing that happens in our state on this date. The RSS-BJP, their goons, their handiworks are always at work to work up or to incite some communal tension. We have seen in the last few years their rallies being taken out in routes which have nothing to do with temples of Ram or temples of any other god for that matter. We have seen people, their supporters, dancing in their rallies with guns in their hands. The Shibpur incident, the Howrah incident from last year, the NIA was handed over the case. They have arrested people from one particular political party, but the guy in the video, in the picture, who was dancing with brandishing a gun in his hand, who happens to be a BJP worker, he has not been even been summoned. Forget about getting arrested. So we have seen how the NIA or the CBI or the ED has been very extremely biased towards the BJP, and even in this case, they have let go the rioters scot-free.
Sure, but this one particular case that you're speaking of, the NIA has investigated the investigation is still on, several accused have been arrested. You say that a particular political party, which is the BJP here, has been let go scot-free. But there are several other cases which the state police has also investigated in the past as far as violence goes. How many BJP leaders were put behind bars? How many BJP leaders were charge-sheeted in any of those cases? The cases that the state police investigated.
Many workers from the ground level who are somehow or the other connected with the BJP or some other organization of the RSS, they were investigated, they have been charge-sheeted, the trial is ongoing, and that is for the courts to decide who is guilty, who is not. I will pronounce no one guilty, innocent until proven guilty. I stand by that principle of our courts, of our law of the land. Therefore, even in this case, the Howrah case, where the NIA has been handed over the investigation, when you are seeing a person, if I am not very wrong, his name is Shumit Shah, who is a BJP worker, brandishing a gun, that is on record, and he has not been summoned. More than a year has passed.
Sure.
So what more proof do you really need? At least summon him.
Sure. And that's for the investigating agency to answer. But let me get in Nalin Kohli. Nalin Kohli, Ram Navami is not a festival that was celebrated in a big manner in West Bengal. We've seen the violence in the last several years, starting from about 2017, 2018. That's also the year when the BJP started making a renewed push, an aggressive push towards the state. That is the timing that the TMC is alluding to. Is that a mere coincidence then?
I've heard very carefully what the TMC sympathizer, supporter has spoken. And what a bundle of contradictions. I mean, actually what you call is a delightful bundle of contradictions. First, at the end of his comments, he says, like a lord of justice, that I will not pronounce anyone guilty or innocent. I will let the courts do it. And for the whole period, from the start of the program to then, he calls the BJP and the RSS goons. He says they have failed in their attempts to do communal riots. So he's going on pronouncing sentence after sentence, but when it comes to any questions about the misuse of the administration by the Trinamool Congress against BJP Karyakartas, then he becomes a great Lord of Justice to say, no, I will not pronounce anyone guilty in this. What a bundle of contradictions. Astounding to even hear this kind of statements coming on television. And let's come back to the missionaries of the Trinamool Congress, the great missionaries of peace that they are. In Sandesh Kali, what they did with women there was about spreading love and affection and goodwill about Ma Mati Manush. I mean, on every front, they have failed miserably. And therefore, they build a false narrative in which they are willing to bring Lord Ram to this level, to the level of their dirty politics, in the name of saying Lord Ram is not even revered in Bengal. That's the sum and substance of what they are saying. Coming from a government that even did not give procession permission on Vijaya Dashmi on Durga Puja. Ma Durga is prayed. Ma, it is the land of Ma. Ma Durga, Ma Kali. You have Kali Puja, Durga Puja. There's nothing bigger in Bengal than Kali Puja and Durga Puja. In Durga Puja, they don't even allow the Vijay Dashmi procession because Muharram comes on that day. So Muharram can be a peaceful thing, but Vijay Dashmi will be communal. Have you ever heard something that is so constitutionally imbalanced? Something that is so against the spirit of the constitution? That Vijay Dashmi is a violation of the constitution and peace will break. But Muharram under the constitution, a procession would be right. Why not both religions? Have they not happened in the past prior to the Trinamool Congress coming to power? That Vijay Dashmi and Muharram has peacefully passed on the same day? Why should anybody's religious affiliations and practices be curtailed? He calls Ram Navami a nuisance. I can't even believe that celebrating Ram Navami in the land of Lord Ram, which is India, you call it a nuisance. I mean, does he even have the courage to try and equate any other religion's procession or prayer as a nuisance? And I dare you, you don't do that. You mustn't do that. How dare you bring a religious thing to a nuisance? Take these bourgeois ideas of yours and sit somewhere and write a book if you want, but you can't run down the faith of millions of people by calling it a nuisance. And who are you to call praying to Lord Ram or celebrating Lord Ram a nuisance? Who are you to say it for anybody's God? So I think the Trinamool Congress has lost the plot. They have nothing positive to speak about, and all they are doing is running down people and their faith because they happen to be Hindus.
Anirban, you had your hand up. Before I get in the other two gentlemen, a quick rebuttal. You had something to say.
Yeah, very short. The RSS-BJP is a nuisance to any civil society. It is not about religion, it is not about religious festivals. We have thousands and thousands of religious festivals held around the state all the year round. Whether it is Durga Puja, Kali Puja, Christmas, Eid, any festival from any religion, but no political party ever bothers about the law and order situation except for one this day. Why? Because this has been turned into a show of nuisance value, not strength, by the RSS-BJP to try and incite communal riots all over the state. So therefore, it is the RSS-BJP and their political ideology that is a nuisance for any civil society.
Sure, those are the allegations. Sure, those are the allegations you make. But like we were discussing, even the cases that were investigated by the state police, there's very little in terms of proof that has come to the fore as far as the involvement of BJP leaders go. And Tasir Ahmed Khan, I want to get you in on that as well. We have the Chief Minister this time around going on to say that there will be riots, and for that the EC will be responsible because they've removed the DIG unilaterally as well. The kind of statements that we are seeing will definitely cause riots, but you must not get provoked, is what the Chief Minister said to a certain community. If
Absolutely.
the EC is responsible for riots, if they happen this time around, then does that mean the state government was responsible for all those years when violence happened? Will the state government take responsibility for that?